let me tell you the famous story of the CIANG duo. Their journey started a long time ago. Francesca, known as Cianci, and Matteo Dang met in high school. They were classmates and quickly became best friends. After the high school diploma, they both went to study at the Academy of Fine Arts in Milan, and that's where they fell in love and became a couple. After graduating in 2017, Francesca and Matteo were uncertain about which path to take. They were trying to develop their own personal style and find their place in the creative world. Francesca aimed to become a children's illustrator, while Matteo created 2 experimental and weird animated short films. For Francesca, it was a complicated time. Turning illustration into a career seemed difficult, and her unusual, sometimes grotesque style wasn't understood in the children's publishing world. However, she decided to focus on her uniqueness. Even though their styles were different at that time, both shared the desire to follow a free path without compromises. They realized they needed to find their own place, a niche. In 2018, with very little money, Francesca and Matteo moved to Bologna, an important hub for illustration and comics in Italy. They lived in a shared apartment on the suburbs of the city, entering a funny phase of intense creative experimentation. They immersed themselves in the underground comics scene, and their styles progressively became more distorted and irregular, with characters full of hair. Since they were living and working together, their work began to influence each other, and their styles gradually became more similar. In 2019, CIANG was born, a project to bring together the duo's work. The name is a combination of their nicknames, Cianci and Dang. Their faces, blended using the Face Swap app, became their iconic logo and mascot. And later, the protagonist of their comics and animations, CIANG became their medium for storytelling, blending their styles and visions. During this time, they participated in underground comics and self-publishing festivals, presenting their zines. Francesca was trying to find her space in comics and illustration. Matteo continued working in animation and encouraged her to pursue that path as well. During the pandemic, when the apocalypse felt imminent, in a time of uncertainty and change, they decided to leave Bologna and return to Verbania, Francesca's hometown. At the beginning of 2021, they moved into a tiny attic apartment where they constantly risk bumping their heads on the ceiling, but with a beautiful window overlooking the lake. In the calm atmosphere of that home, sometimes a bit too calm, thanks to Matteo's intuition, the duo dedicated themselves more and more to animation and founded CIANG Studio, their independent 2D animation studio. During this time, they created many animations and short films, sharing them on social media and also submitting them to animation festivals. In the field of animation, Francesca and Matteo, both self-taught, turned their flaws into strengths, using them to create unique and distinctive characters. They believe that imperfections, such as crooked and trembling lines, often considered mistakes in traditional animation, have become a defining feature of their personal style. While Francesca and Matteo share similar drawing styles, they each bring distinct differences to CIANG's work. Matteo's themes often explore surreal, playful scenes where individuals challenge the system. Francesca focuses on a more introspective approach, delving into the inner lives of her characters. This balance of approaches enriches CIANG's projects while preserving their unique artistic visions. Thanks to the visibility provided by social media, which they use as a portfolio, they began to be contacted by musicians for music videos and by art directors for highly stimulating projects.
As the weeks pass, his brain engorges and the sheath of his optic nerve swells. This not only compresses his pituitary gland, but flattens the back of his eyes, impairing close-distance vision.
They also started collaborating with brands.
And he went and dug out some old trainers, and they were pretty tired trainers, but I was just...
Actually stole the prototype. I had got a picture of the prototype in London, so thank God that I had that.
In addition to commissioned works, they began applying for artist residencies as an artistic duo. These residencies offered them the opportunity to experience things they never could have imagined, such as the Nouvem residency on Pico Island in the Azores, the residency in Angoulême at La Maison des Auteurs, or the one at La Cap in central Italy. Through these residencies, they found themselves in new, inspiring environments, where they had the chance to focus on personal projects. Each residency has been a discovery, allowing them to explore new ideas, meet other artists, share different perspectives, and work immersed in nature. Residencies and film festivals help create deeper connections with other artists, especially in a field where work is typically done remotely, in front of a screen. Through social media, they were also able to connect with many fellow animators in their niche, becoming friends online and eventually in person. This has helped CIANG build a network of relationships that enriches and supports their creative journey.